Hello, this is Pharaoh Vincent, coming to you guys with a Watcher of Realms update video. And I wanted to get in today just because, it's been a little bit since I've been able to make content. I lost my voice, got super sick, and that kind of created some of the issue. But I want to start today with a series and an attempt of a single recording, so fair warning, guys. There might be some ums and pauses, but I want to get content out rather than worrying too much about editing. But the series that I want to start to kick off is the same thing I did in Age of Z, where I had this early game focused guide to what you do to gain power, right? That was the whole premise of a lot of my channel, but really that was the whole premise of that series was, how do you gain power every single day? What do you need to make sure you're doing? And so for Watcher of Realms, the first and arguably easiest thing to do every day for power is actually just complete the daily quests. I know it's boring, but you do get, 30 diamonds, which is okay. The other thing you really do get that is needed is these stamina potions, right? So there's another 30 stamina, 40 in total. And then the other really, really big one is these psychic shards, or at least early. Getting these shards that let you use the shards instead of having to promote heroes that will, give you another person towards getting that 4-star is going to be a huge boon in total. Of course, the weekly events, right? So this particular weekly total, always a good thing to complete as well. I don't necessarily rush this one nearly as much, just because you're always going to get stuck on sign in for 5 days. And the monthly is similar, right? I'm 3 days away from getting my ancient summoning crystal and, some blue summons and a few of these master keys that I will use here soon on Gear Dungeon, probably 2. Early on, go through your challenges. I've completed all of them by this point, but I just like to call out, this is a good, cheap way of getting a bunch of rewards. Obviously, there's 250 diamonds, which is a big deal, right? So the second and other key important thing to do every single day for power is, of course, any of your guild-based events. So these are the donation events. I put an asterisk next to all of these, right? You don't have to always donate everything to the guild. I do always promote or give promotion insignias because I get so many of them nowadays that I don't really care. Epic skill dust, at least early on, I may not recommend doing that just because you're going to need so much skill dust. And especially not the crystals, the epic crystals, I wouldn't donate even now on my account, right? And I'm thoroughly into the mid game, if not end game, right? So I'm breaching that end game portion, and I still want epic skill crystals. The other thing is, of course, you're attacking the guild boss. This is going to be its own video at some point, I guarantee it. But really, with the guild boss, there's 2 schools of thought. I wish I knew drop rates, and I might talk to some other people that have been playing a bit longer, see if they have the drop rates. Because if it is significant to where, getting this level 550k and the 3 chests for the last guild boss, if this turns out to be a better overall deal than, let's say, this one, then I will absolutely do it. I know that a lot of people do this just for the random demon soldier so that you can get the big one, so that might be the only reason to do it, but for right this second, I still want the extra rewards because this also gives 3. So getting a total of, 6 chests from this and 4 chests from that sounds great. I still need the stuff from that, but I don't know. Pick your own poison. The other key element, though, within the guild, of course, I clicked off the wrong screen. Well, the other key element with the guild, though, is, of course, your, is Guild Wars. This is a tricky one because if your guild's not super into Guild Wars like mine is currently, then this is what happens. You get kind of smashed. And I mean, I wish I could tell you guys that it went well for me, but this one didn't go well at all. I need to change this comp, which is so weird because I thought I was going to be good, but it's really not. And then this one did okay. But it really only ever beat that one guy that's higher level. And even this, I think, was not the best victory, if I remember right. But anyways, its own content, right? Guild Wars obviously is its own animal. You can kind of get an idea of it as it's going in the background. The reason why Guild Wars is important, though, is when you beat somebody in Guild Wars, you do get tokens and other materials like, arena attempts, and you'll get stamina sometimes. Things like that you will get from, the completion or beating any of these people. So every win you get extra rewards. So I'll quit out of that battle because we don't need to see the rest. That's on the guild side. So the last and, well, I shouldn't say only. Actually, I lied. There's one more thing on the guild side. Guild quests. So every day there's individual quests. Don't worry about the shared quests. It will complete before the end of the week. I've never seen it not. But I do recommend trying to get whatever raid they recommend you do 3 times because you'll get 60 stamina potion, which will be more than the stamina you spend to get the thing, generally speaking. So, for instance, I spent 48 stamina today to get a 60 stamina potion, which means I gained a little bit at the end of that. Sometimes it'll be like, hey, do artifact material raid, and that's technically like a 2 stamina loss, woohoo, but it's still important to do artifact material raid. The one I like the most is like arena 5 times or something like that, because then it's just super easy and cheap. But you'll get 20 of these guild coins, and those do stack up to allow you to buy things from the guild shop, like demons and legendary skill crystals, stuff like that. The last sort of bastion of daily tasks comes into Tide. Make sure that you are pushing as far as you can. Right now I'm at a block, right? I might actually be able to push my Tide level up. I don't know. I haven't tried in a little while. But the reason you want to do that is just right down here. You can actually see it straight across. You're going to get stamina every day. You're going to get some demons. You're going to get lovely epic skill dust. You'll get some legendary skill dust. And this is very important to make sure you're clicking every single day. Not just because it's part of the tasks that you have to do, but also because those are 3 of the things that will commonly slow you down as you're trying to level up your heroes. So that's kind of the starting base block about the path to power. I don't want to go too much more in depth than that for this particular video, and that's only because I'm going to talk about other elements as we go forward within the series, right? The next major topic that needs to be discussed is heroes. So that's going to be the next video that I produce for this particular series. But I also want to put in its own video, right? A couple things that I want to put in their own videos will be specifically gear. And that's like, when I say gear, I mean more like a deep dive. What's doing what and why, and how much do you need? I will touch on this in the hero section, which is why it needs its own video later, because I don't want to spend an hour and a half talking about gear in a video that's going to be about heroes. The second one is going to actually be around hero skills and awakenings. And then kind of how to get some of those materials, how to make sure that you are spending them appropriately for some of the ones that are a little bit more rare. Then the last kind of piece of all of this is actually going to be artifacts itself. I happen to be very unlucky with artifacts, so you can commiserate with me, as I've done way too many runs and have gotten jack diddly crap. But artifacts are a big deal, and do not understate their importance in this game. So, as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in to my videos, and if you've made it this far, please consider giving it a like and a subscribe to my channel, just so that we can continue our growth and really get back into this. I genuinely appreciate you guys, and I will see you on the next one.